Sup, dudes and dudettes, for maybe the one that watches your channel, that watches my channel. Oh boy. Sup, dudes and dudettes, for the few females that watch my channel, if any of you. I got a cool new package today from the Amazon, and I'm excited because it's about motovlogs. So, without further ado, so what this is basically a GoPro mount for my helmet. So let me go get my helmet.
6.5 hours later.
So for those of you that have seen my more recent ones, you've seen that I have a GoPro mount, but I don't have, I'm missing my GoPro. So what this is for my helmet. There's a couple different setups that a lot of people run. I found this for $7.99 from the Amazon on my app. You can find it online. I don't know why I said app. Anyway, this is see if you can hopefully see it in this video. It's a pivot. It's all aluminum. The whole thing is aluminum. It comes with an aluminum wrench to tighten down the pegs, bolts, whatever you want to call them, the end, the nubbies, super tight. So it's a metal ball, and you can literally any direction. Not only can you turn it to mount it, if you have to have it facing the other way for the prongs, for the GoPro stuff, but you can tilt it, turn it sideways, 90-degree angles. So this is awesome. Hopefully, if everything goes well tonight, same day I'm taking this right now in a few hours, I'm gonna go for a ride. It'll be nighttime, but if I'm facing that way, it should be good. So the next footage you'll see should be on the bike using this. So hopefully it works good.
Alrighty, folks, let's get out of the gas station. Just filled up a little bit. I only gave him a $5 bill. So, GoPro Mount. I played around with some of the settings. To what I can tell, this is my best option for nighttime. So, hopefully, this looks nice. Alright, so, to kind of test out how this goes and see if there's any other issues I need to work out with this mount, what I am going to do is show you guys where I used to live. So when I first moved out of my parents' house, technically just my mom's house. Anyway, when I first moved out, I moved in with my BFF4L, Mr. Brian, otherwise known as Brandon, and sometimes known as Bacon, Ready. So he and I moved in about an hour, 20 minutes, hour, 30 minutes south of where my madre used to live. So we're going to go there. And the reason I started it now, kind of got this bridge and everything, is it's very close. And if I have to cut a few seconds out, I'll cut a few seconds out. So we lived in an apartment, and I'm going to point out exactly where it was. And then we left there, and we got a house about 40 minutes away from that. That wound up being a complete nightmare. And then we actually moved in with one other person and his significant other at the time. And then we left there. We actually broke the lease a little bit early because the landlord was terrible. AC would not work. He sent, a couple of unprofessional, unlicensed guys to fix it several times. Never actually fixed it. There was a spot and there was a little inlet with shelves near the kitchen kind of thing, and that leaked water. Yep, still record. That leaked water. It was just a mess. We wound up breaking the lease, no penalties, because according to the contract that we signed, he had a responsibility to make it livable, and in good condition, and he did not. So after like 4 or 5 months of just constant battling back and forth, we were like, you know what? Piss off. Let's leave. So we left. Then we moved into an apartment that was actually really nice. Out of all the places me and Brian lived, I think that was the best place that we lived. It wasn't the most fun. We had a lot of fun in our house in Lehigh. He had an ATV, I had a side-by-side, then I traded in and got an ATV, and then right after we moved to this next place, the second apartment we had, that was when I first started riding a motorcycle. That was when if you're familiar with my story of what I rided, whatever you want to, whatever floats your boat. That was the first time I traded in my ATV, since we no longer lived in, ATV land. We lived more in the city area. I traded the ATV in, finally got started on motorcycles. So that kind of was my start for the two-wheeled love. And then I met my beautiful wife, and I moved in. How it was my buddy Brian, or let's call him Bacon for the rest of this video. My buddy Bacon, his fiance now, I'm going to their wedding in a week from today when I'm recording this. I'm super excited. So his wife, or fiance, moved in with him at our apartment, and I wound up moving out and moving in with my current wife because the way the leases worked out, she had just signed one, and it would make more sense for me to move in with her and them to kind of ride out that lease because he was going to move and desert me in state of Florida, and he was going to move to West Virginia, the big WB, as they like to say. I don't know. I think they say that. I'm not sure. I'm not from there. Bacon, do they say that? Do they say WB, the big WB? So anyway, that was that. And we wrote out our apartment. Me and my wife wrote out the apartment for about 2 years. And after 2 years, we bought a house, had a baby, and now I'm Bride's dad. So let's skip ahead a little bit, and I'll show you the first apartment. We're here, guys. Boy Scout. Alrighty. This gas station has some pretty good ice cream. I remember one night I felt like ice cream, and I got 2 pints. I got a Twix pint and I think it was like the Mrs. Fields cookies. Oh, so good. My stomach did not appreciate it. So, all right, got to stop. Got to be lawful. Okay, so this is a big apartment complex. And I know you guys probably don't care, but I care. So we're going to view it anyway. So that's the main entrance to the right that we just came in. And then right to the right that we just passed now was where we did laundry. And the place that me and Bacon used to live, I'm going to try to remember the number before I get there. I think it was 1650, apartment 19. Oh, I think it was apartment 19, 1650, 19. But it was right here. So it was it was 1617. Damn, I was close. So it was 1617, and it was that third story right up there. I hope you can see it in the camera. I hope my quality settings are pretty good. So it was right up there, right on the third story to the left, right there. We had a pretty good view of this beautiful parking lot scenery, and we didn't have too many issues here. It was fun. It was the first time we had both moved out. We moved a week after we graduated high school. We threw smashing ragers, keggers. We threw zero parties. We were not those kind of people. I would love to tell you I was a party animal when I was in college and moved out, but first couple of months, none of us had both of us, neither of us had jobs, and we were just trying to find jobs. So we, I know for a while, Brian, you know those people that Bacon, I don't know why I'm calling him Brian. Those people that hold signs outside of places. Bacon was a sign holder outside of a Halloween costume place, and he was dressed as Mario all the time. He got a nasty tan. He was so dark. So, and I know there was a couple times when he actually ate just saltines for lunch. He just ate saltines. I was not that bad. I had to have actual food, but we had some fun times there. We used to work out a ton because there was a gym right across the street. So we could sometimes even just walk here or carpool the 5 seconds it took to get here. But there is a gym right there, right over yonder. Used to be Omni Lane. It was a super nice gym. We actually had a free trial for like 30 days. So for a month, we worked out for absolutely free. And it was super nice. I mean, it's probably the nicest gym I've ever been in terms of like big amenity things. Like the weights and the equipment were kind of broken, and we never talked to the personnel. There was very stuck-up people, though. It was expensive. I want to say, and if somebody's watching this and they know the chain Omni Club, if they're even still existing, because this one got bought out now, but I want to say it was like $130 a month or something like that. But it was fancy. It was like an upscale, fancy pants gym. So, all right, let me cut this video, and the next time you will see my beautiful scenery is when we get close to the house that we moved out. So I'll see you then. All righty, folks. We are at the second living location, the house, and I was actually very surprised I remembered how to get here. So let's see. Everything changed in this area. It's crazy. But I believe it's the next road. I want to say we were on Alabama. That's Kentucky. What is this guy? It was Louisiana. How could I forget? Oh my God. I'm ashamed. Okay. Now I wonder if they like redid this house, because I think it was definitely overdue for one. I believe this is it. No, that was the one next door to us. Nope, not this one either. It's this one with the truck, the white truck. Here it is. Oh, good times, good times. I know it's kind of dark. I'm not going to flash a light because people live there. But that's it. It was run down and by far the worst place we lived. Really nothing special about that. We had some fun memories in there, though, because that was kind of the peak of our ratio of income to free time was pretty good back then. So we had a lot of fun just doing stupid stuff. Nothing bad, but just stuff that we didn't need to spend money on. Like I said, we had a side-by-side then. We had he had an ATV. We had a lot of fun just doing stupid stuff. Fun times being kids. So, alrighty. On to the next place, which is actually somewhat close to this. And this is the last apartment I stayed in before I met the wifey. Let's see if I remember how to get out of this area and to there. Follow me, you can be alright. I'll be there one day, tuck you in at night. If you want to leave, I can guarantee won't find nobody else like me. So I will be remiss if I did not tell you there is the first Rip City I've ever eaten in, and for those of you that have no idea what Rip Cities are, consider yourself lucky. But it's the first rib, actually, maybe it's not coming up. Oh, yes, right over there. Right over yonder. Right there, folks. Rip City. I ate there, first Rip City I've ever eaten at. I ate there with my current wife, and she told me it used to be either an Arby's or a Wendy's. I can't remember. So if you know that location and she's wrong, don't tell her she's a liar because she's my wife. So, all right, on to the, actually, you know what? Before that, there's a Popeyes up here, and unless I read the sign wrong coming in, I'm pretty sure they royally effed up the sign. So let me get over to get as best vantage point as possible, and let's see what it says. All right, it's coming up right there. I don't know if you can make it out in the video, but there's a Taco Bell and the Popeyes is right before. I'm going to slow down. No one's behind me because it's 1:03 in the morning. And please be that this sign says it too. Okay, this sign says not hiring, so I'm going to do a loop-de-loop in the parking lot of this Taco Yell so you can see. Oh, God, they did. They screwed it up. It's great. Oh, I hope you guys appreciate it. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Making a Yui. All right, check this guys out. Check this out, guys. Jesus. It's supposed to say 8P is dark, but it says 8 Pice or 8 Peaky or 8 Picey dark or 8 Pice dark. Oh, Popeyes, what are y'all doing out here? Lehigh Popeyes, Jesus. All right, now we're going to the next apartment. For real this time. I'll see you guys there. Welcome back, folks. All right, we're coming up on the third place that I have lived since I moved out of my mom's house. Now, I'm not sure what this is called because shortly after we moved out, a new company bought it and they redid everything basically for it. But when I lived here, it was called Lexington Palms. I believe it's this one right here, unless I already missed it. Yeah, it's right here. So it was this place has a special place in my heart because this was the first parking lot I drove a motorcycle in. This was my first motorcycle purchase area. This was, I was living here when I met my wife. It had a gate when I lived here. It never worked. So, yep, there we go. No, no gate again. No, they actually took the gate away. Huh. Yeah, they took the gate completely away. Okay. Cool. Wow, they really changed a bunch here. They changed the color. Oh, no, actually, they changed the colors. I got some cool lighting going on now. I remember I parked my trailer in that when I still had the side-by-side. I have no idea I think it was 7590 Omni Lane. I can't remember my apartment number. I think it's the next one. Next one or the one after that. We were on the first floor here. 7610. Maybe they changed 7590. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't remember being super far down. Maybe it's this one with none of the lights working. It could possibly... No, I think it's the next one, actually. I think we were in the first one. 7590, it was right. Okay, I don't remember. I think it was 108. Anyway, we were in there on the first floor on the back right side. That's where we lived. So, and I stayed here for, I think it was about half a year to somewhere around 7 or 8 months before I moved in with my wife at her apartment, which is where we are going to go now, because that's the last apartment ever that I lived in before we got our house. So I will see you guys there. Alrighty, guys. Third and last place that I have lived before my house. Alrighty. So, in the front here, there's a little spot off to our right that we used to do laundry. Oh. Well, doesn't this look familiar? Astute viewers will notice we've already been here. That is because my wife signed a lease agreement with this apartment complex prior to meeting me. Even if we met, I really wouldn't have had a say in it anyway. I shouldn't have had a say in it. We were only a few weeks into dating. So she didn't know yet that I was going to be the man to marry her and change her life forever. So this place to our left is where I lived. I came kind of full circle all the way back to our first apartment, 1613 on the top left, right up there. On the third story, once again, that time it was a 1 bedroom, 1 bath instead of a 2-2, which is what me and Bacon had. And there's where me and Bacon lived. So yes, I lived in the same apartment twice, and it was not up to me. If it was up to me, I would not have come back. She will never come back here. Well, she would not ever had we been still living in apartments. Their rent went crazy up. We had issues with maintenance, people screwing up our stuff. I'm sure 90% of apartments are like that, unfortunately, nowadays. People are just stupid. So, anyway. That is all for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate, this is not necessarily a super fun video, but it was fun for me because it was highlighting where I used to live. So it was like a trip down memory lane for me. It was cool, and it was a good, unfortunately where I live, there's not many good places to ride, like fun ride areas, especially at night. So this was kind of a fun excuse to take a relatively extended trip. I mean, the trip took me almost an hour and a half, almost 2 hours by the time I'll get to my current house. And I'm not going to show you my current house because I don't want people stalking me and showing up to my doorstep at 2:30 in the morning asking for an autograph from Ridin Dad. So, alrighty guys, until the next time, ride safe, have fun, Dad out. See ya.